Hi everyone. So now I will discuss few of the extensions for VS Code, which will be helpful for you to code faster and to code better whenever you are good with coding. So the first extension I'm going to talk about is Prettier Code Formatter. So I'll provide the links of all these things, but I'm just telling it. So there's something known as Prettier Code Formatter. So if you see this, this is the link. So the name itself is there. So it will make your code very pretty. It will mark the indentation very nicely. So suppose if I uninstall it, so suppose I'm uninstalling it. And now suppose if I create a file, some JS file, okay, and I write some function, okay, and I will keep my code very dirty. So where z is equal to 10, and I'll give some extra spacing where x is equal to where x is equal to 20, and then I think I need to restart it, reload it. So I'm reloading it. Okay, and then I'm doing where a is equal to and then I'll do some console dot log a. So now that this code is looking very messy, it is up and down. So you might face this issue while coding lively in any of the classes. So now I will install this Prettier code formatter. So let's try to install this. So if I install this, so click on this and install. So after installing, go to settings. So you can go to settings here and extension settings. So after going to extension settings, what you will do is, so just write, search for save, or else it will be directly visible here somewhere. I want to prettier this on saving it. So I will write on save. Yeah, so you can see here. So format on save. So it will format your code, means it will make your code look better on saving the file. Okay. So if you need to check it, so tick this checkbox and then go to your code. And right now I'll just do Command S or Control S. So I'm just saving it. So if I'm doing Control S, so can you see everything is aligned in my code. Okay. So it's very helpful whenever you code some large amount of code. It will make your code will look better. So this is the first extension, and the next extension is something known as auto rename tag. So it will be useful for you when you're doing when you're coding HTML. So auto rename tag. So what it will do is, so if I have HTML file like this, so it automatically close my tag. If I open a p tag, when I close it, it automatically open. And also, if I want to change this p to h1, so if I don't have this auto rename tag, so I wish I need to rename both opening tag and closing tag. But I already have this auto rename tag, so no need to rename opening tag separately and closing tag separate. So I can do it at a time. So if I'm doing h1, so it will be both for opening tag and closing tag. Similarly for any tag, if I have a div tag, okay, if I want to change it to p tag, so I'll just delete it. So can I see it is deleting both in opening tag and closing tag. So if I click on P, I will get P. So it's very useful whenever you're coding in HTML. And in VS Code or anywhere, so there is one thing called as Emmet abbreviation. So in Emmet abbreviation, there are many shortcuts. First one is if you want to create 10 divs, so how will you do? So create a div and then copy this div and paste it 10 times, right? Like this, or again 10 times. So there is one shortcut for this. If you type div into how many times you want. So if I want 10, I'll get 10. Similarly for any tag, if I want h1 into 20, I'll get 20 h1 tags. Okay, so this is one of the shortcut. And then if you want to create a div, and inside this div, you want to create some 10 piece. Okay, so you can create like this. Or what you can do is these pieces are child to the div, right? So we generally represent a child by greater than symbol. So what can I do is I can write div greater than. So I want childs for div. The childs are p and into 10. So I'm taking 10 p's inside a div. This indicates child selector. So now if I click enter, I'll get all those things. Now if I want a div with some ID container, so I will write something like this. So there's also one shortcut for this. You can just directly write hashtag and then container and click enter. So you'll get directly the ID container. So this is one of the advantages of Emmet abbreviation. So you can make your code, you can write your code very fastly. And there is one more thing known as DOM cheat sheet. So some of you might feeling difficulty in finding DOM code snippets and all. So here it is some DOM cheat sheet. So what it will do is to create some syntax ready-made. So suppose if I write DQA, okay. So I will write DQA and enter. So I'm getting document.query selector on. Suppose if I write DQS, okay. So suppose if I write DQS, so I will get document.query selector, some selector name, and then it's also giving you some variable name here. So these four commands are useful for you to type code, to type faster, and then instead of writing this every time, you can use this DC shortcut for creating an element. Okay, and then there is one more shortcut for git length. Okay, so it will be very useful whenever you're working on projects or whenever you're working on team. So what it will do is whenever you push your code to any of the browser or any of a repo, or whenever you're working on teams, so it will show who worked on what. So suppose if I open some project of mine, let me open some project. 1 second. So I'm opening this. Yeah. So if I go to any of the don't worry about the folder and all. If I go to any of the pages inside this, so if I click, if I try to, 1 second. If I want to know who coded this, so I don't want to go to repo and see each and every time. So if I click on anywhere, can you see this Nifty Nihal 5 months ago? So it will give you some information about who has coded this and who has not coded this. Suppose if I go to industry mentors, so if I click on this, so it is Vichandu, it's me. So it depends. Whoever has worked on that, so it will show it automatically here. So that is one of the advantage of using Git lens. So I can install Git lens by installing this Git lens. And one more other extension is some rainbow brackets. So indent rainbow or rainbow brackets. Okay. So what it will do is, suppose if you are having some brackets. So suppose if I write some map function. Okay. So I'm writing, I will take an array. So where array is equal to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I want to map this. So I will write array dot map. So if I take function and if I open this, so whenever you have these multiple brackets, so you will get confused a little bit sometimes. So this braces, so this is for red braces. So you can easily connect what is the closing braces of this. So if you see this, it's yellow braces, yellow bracket. So you can easily identify this is the closing yellow bracket. Okay. In this way, it will easily help you to identify what is the closing bracket and what is the opening bracket. So if you install this indent or rainbow bracket, it will give you the brackets in colorful map. Okay. And one more thing is icons. So if you see my VS Code, so for HTML, there is one icon, JS is one icon. So for icons, you will have so many extensions. So one of the famous libraries, material icons. Okay. This material icons will consist of so many icons. So you can install this material icons, and then your code means your files will look something like this. And there's something known as themes. So if I want to change the themes of this, so there's also material theme. Okay, material theme. So in material theme, there are so many things. So if you want to change the theme, just go to settings and click on this color theme. So you'll get so many themes. So I can choose whatever theme I want. Okay, there are so many themes in VS Code. So you can just type here themes. So you get so many extensions for themes. Okay, there's so many themes that are available. One of my one of my I like most this what theme it is, the best theme. So I like this the most, and then material themes are also good. So I can choose any one of them. And one more thing is you have snippets for grid also. So I can type CSS grid snippets. So there is some, yeah, it will be here. So you can see this grid splits. So this is also useful for you to create columns easily. So if you type DG, so if I install it, okay, and if I go here, if I type DG, I will get display DG template. It is not working. I think it should be inside styles only. So I will keep a style tag now. So DG, so I get display grid. Yeah. So it should be installed inside styles only. And then you can use all those things. So grid gap and grid template columns and all those things. You can use these shortcuts when I want. So if I want to type grid template columns, so I can simply type grid template C, grid template columns. So it will be useful for you to type faster. So these are some of the extensions. There is many extensions when while going to next units. But for this unit, for unit 2, these extensions are enough. So after going for further units, you will get more extensions to learn. Thank you.